Hi, friends. Today we're going to talk about Memento Mori. Remember, you're going to die. That one thing is for certain. We are in these mortal bodies, and every single one of us is going to die, which is not morbid at all or scary because death is simply a transition. And when we look at it from that point of view, that life is something finite, then we can take that opportunity to really live and enjoy it. Because a lot of people are afraid of death, and because they're afraid of death, they don't get to ever truly live. But since death is inevitable, and there's nothing to fear because it's basically a transition, and who you truly are is birthless, deathless, and immortal. You are soul, you're all there is, you are I am. Then you can really enjoy this particular incarnation and really create something out of your life that is fun and interesting and live life as an adventure. We all come here with dreams, and this is the whole point of art school, to learn how to make our dreams come true and to remember who we truly are and why we came here. And when you go that way, instead of what society wants you to be and what school tells you should do and all this kind of stuff, which there's nothing wrong in that, but there's so much more. Like the spiritual path is so much more enriching. Then the mysteries of the universe discover, like, reveal themselves to you. And life becomes this constant adventure and exploration. And your dreams have a way of leading you and guiding you and helping you shed everything that is not you. And the more you keep focused on that dream, uh, the more it starts to take shape in front of you. And you start to learn the universal laws that everything is imagination, imagination creates reality, that everything is one. Whatever you think comes back to you. Since everything is one, it's not only what you think of yourself, but what you think of other people too. So you have to be very careful. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. And the more we practice love and loving, uh, the stronger we become because we start to see through the illusion and we realize that we're not here to judge anybody, that every soul is on their own unique path back to awakening and returning to oneness. And like Ramdas says, we're walking each other home. So we start to develop spiritual virtues, qualities like compassion, kindness, love, like we mentioned, with love. It's easy to love the people that love us, but to love those that hurt us and deliberately hurt us and they're very unconscious, try loving those people. That's spiritual mastery. But when you really see through the veil and feel oneness, you realize the whole thing is a play and that there are certain beliefs in you that attracted those people to you. So you start to work with a mirror of reality. And instead of trying to change the outside world, you begin to work inside of yourself and clear limiting beliefs and past conditioning and feel emotional pain, move away from attachment into connection and intimacy. And that's where it gets really interesting. And knowing that you're going to die is actually a motivating factor to live fully and to take a chance and to go on this adventure and to really, really believe in yourself and your dreams so that you can make them happen. And what do I think about Buddhism? I think Buddhism is wonderful. I very much resonate with it. Although in my own search, I came to this truth of desire. And I, for a while, was in that state of desirelessness. And it was interesting. It was very authentic. And then I started to read Neville Goddard. And Neville's teachings resonated with me more because in Buddhism, I feel there is this suppression of desire. Whereas the way Neville teaches about desire is that we need to follow our desire and allow it to come instead of suppressing it, which has made more sense to me on my path. And I realized that there's truth in everything. It's just because things have been interpreted in so many ways. Who knows what we're getting? But when you turn within, you really discover the truth for yourself. And the way to work with desire is to definitely pull it up and process it through the heart. So you're not operating from luck, greed, uh, luck. I wanted to say lust and luck, and it became luck. So you're not operating from lack and lust and greed and desire for power, but you're operating from genuine desire for truth, for love, for joy, for enlightenment for all. And the way Neville teaches about desire, thanks for bringing that up, is that you have to accept your desire. And where people have problems with desire is that when the desire comes, they suppress it or they make it smaller, or they start to think, well, that's not possible for me. And if we have that human programming of lack limitation, it's almost kind of like, well, if I have this, I have to take it from somebody else. Or like, oh no, this is too big of a desire. There's no way it will happen for me. So I better minimize it and downsize it. And that's where we trip ourselves up through our conditioning. But if this desire comes, it's actually from God. And I mean, again, here you kind of have to know yourself and be on a certain level. uh, so what I'm talking here is like a heart's desire. I'm not talking about lust and greed, which a lot of people confuse for desire. But when it's your heart's desire, it comes from the divine, and it's actually like your path to self-realization. And when you are able to accept it like a little kid, and really like feel it like you already have it, and that's the whole teaching of Jesus, then the desire manifests. And the reason that you wanted it in the first place, it's because you already have it in a different timeline. And you managed to unlock it somehow and get a glimpse of it. And if you relax and allow, you actually elevate through the medium of desire. I felt this was a really good turn of this live, and something to think about. And again, we're talking about a heart's desire, and in order to get there, you really have to have your heart free of hate and free of jealousy and unworthiness and a limitation, which are human programs. Your heart needs to be pure. And when your heart is pure, those desires can manifest really quickly because they're already existing and you're basically aligning by allowing.